Welcome to Story in the Making. In this episode, we look at how we lit and made a film for Aggreko, one of our customers who have a giant chiller, and this is what this episode is all about.
Hi guys, my name is Rafael. I'm going to walk you through in this video on how we filmed a job for Aggreko and how we turned a regular old metal blue box into something that's out of this world. So with that, let's jump right to it. So first I wanted to talk about our cameras. So we decided to use the Lumix S1H along with the Panasonic Evo 1 for our camera system. So for this one we decided to do a basic 2-shoot interview. So of course we had the Evo for our camera A with a wide lens because we wanted to make sure we were able to get this big large box that's a lot bigger than this Technician. And for our B cam we had it connected to our producer and director Jordan. With that one we wanted it to be a little bit more running and gunning when it came to our B cam, just because we wanted to get every single thing we could. So we were able to get that on him with the Easy Rig, and along with the Segway that he was able to move back and forth, help them market at least with the video. So we were able to do that with that. We started getting a little bit of a rain sprinkle here and then. Having these expensive equipment out in the open, we ended up having to race and pack all of our equipment inside the car or inside a safe place that won't get wet. So we ended up doing that 2 times. We ended up doing that. Which that kind of crunched in our time. We ended up having to wait out the little sprinkle for about 20-30 minutes, and then when we realized it was safe to go outside again, we got about two questions in, and then it started sprinkling again. So with that, we decided to kind of over protect our equipment. So we decided to put just bags, rain bags around pretty much the stuff that we knew we could, cameras and the lights. The only thing that worried us was the aperture light, but we were getting kind of close to that. But at the end of the day, everything worked out pretty well. So I guess one advice I would have is just know that you have a second plan. Know that you might go in there not being able to control a lot of stuff, but knowing that you keep your cool, kind of come up with problem-solving solutions, and you'll figure it out, and it'll go smoothly. So I would say don't panic. It'll work out. But at the end of the day, when we moved on to filming into our second interview setup, was inside. That's where we were a little bit, we were able to work a little less with rushing against the weather. But the other problem that we were facing inside was it was a very, very small space. And you know how corporate rooms can be. Sometimes sometimes you have to work a lot of your creative brain trying to figure out how we can make this look interesting, and how we can manage to keep the viewer watching this videos. One of our assistants kind of figured out how to put a logo on the back of the TV, while I was talking to the director, Jordan, about specifically having the same 2 camera angles and kind of having one light because of the minimum space that we had. We ended up using our 600D once again as our main key light. Sometimes you won't be able to control lighting inside a building. In this case, we had issues with the lighting in the building. We weren't able to turn off the backlights, but we were able to turn off the lights from the table, which helped. But if we were able to turn off that light, it would have made more sense. But in that case, I recommend either getting someone or bringing a flag kit with a bunch of C-stands so you're able to block the light with a black flag. Moving on to our last filming set, we needed to shoot B-roll of the actual chiller. Now this is where we were able to get very creative with what we wanted to do. Of course, we got some specific inserts of, the name, the logos, specific things that we saw, and most importantly, we were able to get the technician working around it or pretending to work on it. And then of course, we were thinking of how to incorporate the opening of this chiller that was massive and like very helpful for a lot of companies that would want to use this. So we were brainstorming about how we can make this bigger, larger than life. So with that, we were able to get a little bit behind into a low angle, kind of slightly tilting up, kind of showing the chiller larger than life with the garage door closing. And we wanted the frame to start with a spotlight. That's where we use a 600D. We wanted the first light to pop out, and then that was our cue to open the garage, as you can see. And then we were able to get a technician walking in And that's how we were able to show that this thing was huge. Because when you saw the technician come in, you could see this guy, this person is very, very small compared to this huge machinery. We kind of incorporated that this thing is large, this thing can be capable of anything, this thing can be taken down, this thing can handle anything, any weather element, anything. So that's why you need to buy this, because this thing will not fail you in the time of need. So that, I think we kind of incorporated that really well. Prior to the video of uploading this video, we are in the process of getting another video with them. They really liked our work, and that was because we maintained a positive attitude with them, a very welcoming presence. So I recommend doing your research on your clients, figuring out what equipment they're specifically wanting to sell, or why they're wanting to do a video, and knowing that, you know, you keep contact, you keep that communication, that relationship, knowing that you're not there. I mean, of course you're there to make a living, but you're there, most important, to keep that relationship and make that relationship. And that's how I feel like you'll successfully keep that relationship into constant videos from that one company. That's how our Aggreko shoot went, and I hope you guys learned something. Stay tuned for another video that we're going to talk about, possibly how we filmed a true crime documentary for this British media company that will probably be airing, I don't know, somehow, somewhere. But stay tuned. We'll talk to you about how we ended up setting that up in an Airbnb and the challenges we ended up facing with specific locations and specific time frames. So stay tuned, and I hope to see you soon.